everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Travis.
And today we're going to be summarizing chapters 12 and 25 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor.
Let's get started.
Chapters 12 and 25 go over symbols. It's important to remember that symbols have more than one meaning. Students often think that symbols have a right or wrong answer, but that is often not the case. Here's a rule. If something can be reduced to one singular meaning, then it is not a symbol, it's an allegory. Allegories have one mission to accomplish: convey a certain message. Symbols, on the other hand, are very ambiguous. Let's think of an example. Take it away, Travis.
E.M. Forster's story, A Passage to India, begins with a description of the mysterious and remarkable Malabar Caves. The protagonist, Adela Quested, a young English woman who lives in India, is curious about the mystery of the caves. In her pursuit of learning the truth, she meets with Dr. Aziz, an educated physician that arranges for her to visit and explore the caves. When she arrives, she notes that the caves are actually plain, boring, and desolate. However, within the caves, disaster takes place. Her mother-in-law experiences a bout of extreme fear, primarily of being harmed, and Adela leaves the caves in panic before claiming that she had been raped. However, the cause of the fear and the incident in the cave remain shrouded in mystery. Let's think. What do we know about caves in general? Far back in the past, people used to live in caves. They would protect us from storms and so on. So based off of this perspective, one may say that caves represent the most basic and primitive nature of humans. We can also consider the exterior knowledge we have about caves. For example, in Plato's allegory of the cave, we can say it provides an insight into humanity's consciousness and perception. So let's tie these two interpretations back into the original story we were talking about. What we know about caves in general, in the shelter that they provide, may not work in the case of Adelia. However, the concept of consciousness and perception might. Using this, we can assume that the cave is letting Adelia reach into the deepest recesses of our consciousness. There are also things that help us solidify our theory. Take it away, Rachel.
Let's go over Forster's use of the caves with what we have learned. In the story, locals can't explain them. Even a promoter of the caves later admits he knows nothing about them. The one character who has seen them, however, can't even describe them in logical terms. This tells us everyone must experience the cave to understand, and everyone has a different encounter with it. Perhaps Adelia is getting in touch with her true self, and she's frightened by what she finds.
Another thing to consider about symbols is that they are not always going to be objects and images. Some symbols can take the form of actions and events. Think back to what we read in class yesterday. In the short story Reunion, some say that the erratic behavior of the father is symbolic of what the son fears to be.
We as readers know a lot more than we think. We all have some sort of literary database. This relies a lot on repetition. If enough writers use a given object or situation, we begin to recognize what those symbols mean, almost subconsciously. The point is, we as artists, writers, and readers have a common pool of figurative data that we can access almost automatically. This doesn't go for just ancient books and poems, but also things we see regularly, like movies, TV shows, music, or anything else like that. In addition, you learn more about the symbol as you read. Think about it like this. Every work teaches us how to read it as we go along. So don't stress it and go with your intuition. Thank you guys for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.